A 6-gang metal box typically ranges in price from $40 to $65. The quoted price of $55.65 falls within this range. Prices for rings to mount electrical devices in metal boxes typically range from $20 to $30. The quoted price of $23.47 aligns with the lower end of this range. Therefore, the quoted prices for the 6-gang metal box and ring do not appear to be excessively high. However, it's always recommended to compare prices from multiple suppliers to ensure the best possible deal is obtained. When assessing the reasonableness of quoted prices for electrical components, such as a 6-gang metal box and its associated ring, several factors should be considered. Firstly, understand the common types and sizes of metal boxes used in electrical installations. Secondly, research current market prices from various suppliers. Thirdly, factor in any regional price variations that might exist. Fourthly, consider the material and construction quality of the product. Fifthly, compare prices from multiple sources. Sixthly, assess any additional costs such as shipping and handling. Let's start with understanding the common types and sizes of metal boxes. Metal boxes are fundamental components in electrical systems, providing a safe enclosure for wiring connections and electrical devices. They come in various sizes and configurations to accommodate different numbers of conductors and devices. A gang refers to the number of devices, such as switches or receptacles, that can be installed in the box. Therefore, a 6-gang box is designed to house 6 devices. These boxes are typically constructed from steel or aluminum for durability and protection against physical damage and electrical hazard. The size and depth of the box are crucial considerations, as they determine the available space for wiring and device installation. Standard sizes are available, but larger or deeper boxes may be necessary for complex wiring configurations or when accommodating bulky devices. Knowing the standard dimensions and types helps in evaluating whether the quoted price is aligned with the specific requirements of the installation. Now let's research current market prices from various suppliers. The prices of electrical components can fluctuate based on market conditions, supplier markups, and regional demand. Researching current market prices involves checking with multiple suppliers, both online and local, to get an idea of the average price range for the specific item. Websites of major electrical supply distributors can provide a benchmark for pricing. Local electrical supply stores may offer competitive prices, especially for bulk purchases. Price comparison websites can also be helpful in identifying the average price range. When comparing prices, ensure that you are comparing the same quality and specifications of the product. Different manufacturers may offer products with varying features and build quality, which can affect the price. Understanding the prevailing market prices provides a baseline for evaluating whether the quoted price is reasonable. Next, we need to factor in any regional price variations that might exist. The cost of electrical components can vary from one region to another due to differences in supply, demand, and local regulations. Areas with high construction activity or remote locations with limited supply chains may experience higher prices. Transportation costs can also contribute to regional price variations. To account for regional price differences, it is advisable to check prices from suppliers in the specific geographic area where the project is located. Local electrical contractors or installers can provide insights into the typical prices in the region. Consulting with industry professionals familiar with the local market conditions can help determine if the quoted price is in line with regional norms. It is also important to consider any local taxes or fees that may affect the final price. The material and construction quality of the product should also be considered. The quality of materials and construction directly affects the durability and safety of electrical components. Metal boxes are typically made from steel or aluminum, with different gauges and finishes. Thicker gauge steel or higher grade aluminum provides better protection against physical damage and corrosion. The construction quality includes factors such as the precision of the box's dimensions, the smoothness of the edges, and the quality of the finish. Products that meet industry standards and certifications, such as those from Underwriters Laboratories Incorporated, provide assurance of quality and safety. Higher quality materials and construction may justify a higher price as they offer long-term reliability and reduce the risk of failure or safety hazards. It is important to inspect the products or review their specifications to assess their quality before making a purchase decision. Comparing prices from multiple sources is crucial. Obtaining quotes from multiple suppliers is essential for ensuring that you are getting the best possible deal. Different suppliers may have different pricing strategies, volume discounts, or promotional offers. Contacting several suppliers and requesting quotes for the specific items allows you to compare prices and negotiate for better terms. When comparing quotes, be sure to consider not only the price but also the supplier's reputation, customer service, and return policies. A supplier with a proven track record of reliability and good customer service may be worth paying a slightly higher price. It is also important to clarify any hidden costs or fees that may not be included in the initial quote. Assessing additional costs such as shipping and handling is important. In addition to the base price of the electrical components, consider any additional costs that may be incurred, such as shipping and handling fees. These costs can vary significantly depending on the supplier, the weight and size of the items, and the distance of the delivery. Some suppliers may offer free shipping for orders above a certain amount. It is important to factor these costs into the overall price comparison to determine the true cost of the items. Also, consider any handling fees that may be charged for processing or packaging the order. Understanding all the associated costs allows for a more accurate comparison of prices and helps in making informed purchasing decisions. To summarize, evaluating the reasonableness of quoted prices for electrical components involves a systematic approach that takes into account various factors. Firstly, understand the common types and sizes of the items, in this case a 6-gang metal box and ring, used in electrical installations. Secondly, research current market prices from multiple suppliers. Thirdly, factor in any regional price variations that might exist. Fourthly, consider the material and construction quality of the product. Fifthly, compare prices from multiple sources. Sixthly, assess any additional costs such as shipping and handling. By following these steps, one can make informed decisions and ensure that they are paying a fair price for electrical components. In the specific case of the 6-gang metal box and ring, the quoted prices appear to be within the typical market range, but it is always prudent to compare prices from multiple suppliers to confirm. When installing electrical boxes, there are several key considerations to ensure safety and compliance with the electrical codes. Firstly, selecting the right type and size of box for the application is critical. Secondly, properly grounding the metal box is essential for preventing electrical shock hazards. Thirdly, securing the box firmly to a structural element is necessary to prevent movement and strain on the wiring. Fourthly, ensuring proper wire fill within the box is important to prevent overheating. Fifthly, protecting the wiring from damage within the box is crucial for maintaining the integrity of the electrical system. Let's discuss selecting the right type and size of box. The type and size of electrical box must be appropriate for the intended use and the number of conductors and devices it will contain. Metal boxes are commonly used for their durability and grounding capabilities. Non-metallic boxes are suitable for certain applications where grounding is not required. The size of the box is determined by the number and size of the conductors and devices that will be installed in it. Electrical codes such as the National Electrical Code 314.16 specify the minimum box fill requirements to prevent overcrowding and overheating. Calculating the box fill involves adding up the volume occupied by each conductor, device, and fitting in the box. It is important to choose a box size that provides ample space for all the components and allows for proper heat dissipation. Now let's discuss properly grounding the metal box. Grounding metal electrical boxes is essential for preventing electrical shock hazards and ensuring the safe operation of electrical equipment. Grounding provides a low resistance path for fault current to flow back to the source, causing the circuit breaker to trip and de-energize the circuit. Metal boxes must be grounded to the equipment grounding conductor of the circuit. This can be achieved by connecting a grounding wire to a grounding screw inside the box, or by using self-grounding devices that make direct contact with the box. The grounding connection must be secure and reliable to ensure effective grounding. It is also important to verify that the grounding system is properly installed and tested to meet electrical code requirements. Next, we need to discuss securing the box firmly to a structural element. Electrical boxes must be securely mounted to a structural element, such as a wall stud or ceiling joist, to prevent movement and strain on the wiring connections. The mounting method should be appropriate for the type of box and the construction of the wall or ceiling. Metal boxes can be mounted using screws, nails, or mounting brackets. Non-metallic boxes may require special mounting hardware to ensure secure attachment. The box should be mounted flush with the finished surface of the wall or ceiling to provide a professional appearance and prevent damage to the wiring. It is important to ensure that the box is properly aligned and level before securing it in place. Ensuring proper wire fill within the box is important to prevent overheating. Proper wire fill is crucial for preventing overheating and ensuring the safe operation of electrical circuits. Overcrowding a box with too many conductors or devices can restrict airflow and cause the wires to overheat. Electrical codes specify the maximum number of conductors and devices that can be installed in a box of a given size. The box fill calculation takes into account the volume occupied by each conductor, device, and fitting in the box. It is important to follow the code requirements and use a box size that provides ample space for all the components. If the box is too small, it may be necessary to use a larger box or reduce the number of conductors or devices. Finally, let's discuss protecting the wiring from damage within the box. Protecting the wiring from damage within the electrical box is essential for maintaining the integrity of the electrical system and preventing electrical hazards. Wires can be damaged by sharp edges, abrasion, or excessive bending. Electrical boxes should have smooth edges and rounded corners to prevent damage to the insulation of the wires. Wire connectors, such as wire nuts or terminal blocks, should be used to make secure and reliable connections. The wires should be neatly arranged and bundled together to prevent them from rubbing against each other or the box. It is also important to protect the wires from physical damage during installation and maintenance. In summary, installing electrical boxes safely and correctly involves several key considerations. Firstly, selecting the right type and size of box for the application is critical. Secondly, properly grounding the metal box is essential for preventing electrical shock hazards. Thirdly, securing the box firmly to a structural element is necessary to prevent movement and strain on the wiring. Fourthly, ensuring proper wire fill within the box is important to prevent overheating. Fifthly, protecting the wiring from damage within the box is crucial for maintaining the integrity of the electrical system. By following these guidelines, electrical installations can be performed safely and in compliance with electrical codes. When purchasing electrical supplies such as 6-gang metal boxes and rings, it is important to understand the factors that influence pricing. Market demand, material costs, manufacturing processes, and distribution channels all play a significant role in determining the final price of these items. Additionally, the availability of bulk discounts and the presence of competitive pricing among suppliers can also affect the overall cost. Let's discuss market demand and its influence. Market demand is a primary driver of pricing for electrical supplies. When demand for 6-gang metal boxes and rings is high, suppliers may increase prices due to limited availability. Conversely, when demand is low, suppliers may lower prices to stimulate sales and reduce inventory. Factors that can influence market demand include construction activity, economic conditions, and seasonal trends. For example, during periods of increased construction activity, such as a housing boom, the demand for electrical supplies typically rises, leading to higher prices. Economic downturns, on the other hand, can result in reduced demand and lower prices. Seasonal trends, such as increased renovation projects during the spring and summer months, can also affect demand and pricing. Now let's talk about material costs. The cost of raw materials used in the manufacturing of 6-gang metal boxes and rings, such as steel, aluminum, and plastic can significantly impact the final price of these items. Fluctuations in the prices of these materials can directly affect the production costs for manufacturers, who may then pass these costs on to consumers. Global supply chain disruptions, trade policies, and geopolitical events can also influence material costs. For example, tariffs on imported steel can increase the cost of manufacturing metal boxes, leading to higher prices for consumers. Similarly, shortages of certain materials due to supply chain disruptions can also drive up prices. Next, we need to discuss manufacturing processes. The manufacturing processes involved in producing 6-gang metal boxes and rings can also impact their pricing. Efficient and streamlined manufacturing processes can reduce production costs, allowing manufacturers to offer competitive prices. Automation, economies of scale, and technological advancements can all contribute to low manufacturing costs. Manufacturers who invest in modern equipment and technologies may be able to produce higher quality products at lower prices. Additionally, factors such as labor costs, energy costs, and regulatory compliance can also affect manufacturing costs. Distribution channels are a consideration as well. The distribution channels through which 6-gang metal boxes and rings are sold can also influence their pricing. Electrical supplies are typically sold through a variety of channels, including wholesale distributors, retail stores, and online retailers. Each channel has its own cost structure and profit margins, which can affect the final price of the product. Wholesale distributors typically offer lower prices to contractors and other large volume buyers, while retail stores may charge higher prices to individual consumers. Online retailers may offer competitive prices due to lower overhead costs, but shipping and handling fees can offset some of the savings. The availability of bulk discounts can make an impact. Bulk discounts can significantly reduce the per unit cost of 6-gang metal boxes and rings, making them an attractive option for contractors and other large volume buyers. Suppliers often offer discounts for orders above a certain quantity, as this allows them to reduce their inventory and streamline their sales process. The size of the discount may vary depending on the supplier, the product, and the order quantity. Negotiating with suppliers to obtain the best possible price is always recommended, especially for large orders. Then consider competitive pricing. The level of competition among suppliers can also affect the pricing of 6-gang metal boxes and rings. In markets with many suppliers, competition can drive down prices as each supplier tries to attract customers. Suppliers may offer discounts, promotions, or other incentives to gain a competitive edge. Monitoring the market and comparing prices from multiple suppliers is essential for finding the best deals. Online price comparison tools can be helpful in identifying the lowest prices available. In conclusion, the pricing of electrical supplies such as 6-gang metal boxes and rings is influenced by a variety of factors, including market demand, material costs, manufacturing processes, distribution channels, bulk discounts, and competitive pricing. Understanding these factors can help buyers make informed purchasing decisions and negotiate for the best possible prices. Always remember to compare prices from multiple suppliers and consider the overall value of the products, including quality, durability, and warranty. Let's say you are considering alternative materials for electrical boxes. In addition to traditional metal boxes, non-metallic boxes made from plastic or composite materials are also available. Each type of material offers its own advantages and disadvantages in terms of cost, durability, and installation. Metal boxes are known for their durability, grounding capabilities, and resistance to high temperatures. They are typically made from steel or aluminum and are suitable for a wide range of applications. Non-metallic boxes are lighter in weight, corrosion-resistant, and non-conductive. They are typically made from plastic or composite materials and are suitable for use in damp or corrosive environments. In this case, let's compare the cost of metal versus non-metallic boxes. Metal boxes tend to be more expensive than non-metallic boxes due to the higher cost of raw materials and manufacturing processes. Steel and aluminum are more costly than plastic, and the manufacturing of metal boxes requires more labor and equipment. However, the higher cost of metal boxes may be offset by their longer lifespan and greater durability. Non-metallic boxes are generally more affordable, making them an attractive option for budget-conscious projects. However, it is important to consider the long-term costs of non-metallic boxes, as they may need to be replaced more frequently than metal boxes. Durability can be a consideration. Metal boxes are known for their exceptional durability and resistance to physical damage. They can withstand impact, abrasion, and extreme temperatures without cracking or breaking. Metal boxes are also resistant to corrosion, especially when coated with a protective finish. Non-metallic boxes are less durable than metal boxes and are more susceptible to cracking or breaking under impact or stress. Plastic boxes can become brittle over time, especially when exposed to sunlight or extreme temperatures. However, non-metallic boxes are resistant to corrosion and are suitable for use in damp or corrosive environments. Installation is another thing to consider. Metal boxes can be more challenging to install than non-metallic boxes due to their weight and rigidity. Metal boxes may require special tools for cutting and drilling, and they can be difficult to maneuver in tight spaces. Non-metallic boxes are lighter in weight and easier to handle, making them simpler to install. Plastic boxes can be easily cut and drilled with standard tools, and they are more flexible than metal boxes, allowing them to be installed in tight spaces. In summary, when choosing between metal and non-metallic electrical boxes, it is important to consider the specific requirements of the application and the trade-offs between cost, durability, and installation. Metal boxes offer superior durability and grinding capabilities, while non-metallic boxes are more affordable and easier to install. The choice of materials should be based on a careful evaluation of the project's needs and budget. When shopping for electrical supplies such as 6-gang metal boxes and rings, there are several strategies you can use to find the best deals. Comparing prices from multiple suppliers, negotiating with suppliers, taking advantage of bulk discounts, and monitoring online marketplaces can all help you save money on your purchases. Let's discuss comparing prices. Comparing prices from multiple suppliers is one of the most effective ways to find the best deals on electrical supplies. Different suppliers may have different pricing strategies, markups, and promotional offers. Contacting several suppliers and requesting quotes for the specific items you need allows you to compare prices and identify the most competitive offers. Online price comparison tools can be helpful in identifying the lowest prices available. However, it is important to consider factors such as shipping costs, taxes, and return policies when comparing prices. You can negotiate with suppliers as well. Negotiating with suppliers can also help you get better deals on electrical supplies. Suppliers may be willing to offer discounts or special pricing, especially for large orders or repeat customers. Building a strong relationship with your suppliers can increase your chances of getting favorable terms. Before negotiating, research the market prices for the items you need and be prepared to walk away if the supplier is not willing to meet your price. It's important to take advantage of bulk discounts when available. Bulk discounts can significantly reduce the per-unit cost of electrical supplies, making them an attractive option for contractors and other large-volume buyers. Suppliers often offer discounts for orders above a certain quantity, as this allows them to reduce their inventory and streamline their sales process. If you anticipate needing a large quantity of electrical supplies, consider placing a bulk order to take advantage of the discounts. Monitor online marketplaces. Online marketplaces such as Amazon and eBay can be a good source of discounted electrical supplies. Many suppliers sell their products through these marketplaces, and the competition can drive down prices. However, it is important to be cautious when buying electrical supplies from online marketplaces. Check the seller's reputation and read reviews before making a purchase. Ensure that the products are genuine and meet safety standards. In conclusion, finding the best deals on electrical supplies requires a proactive approach and a willingness to shop around. Comparing prices from multiple suppliers, negotiating with suppliers, taking advantage of bulk discounts, and monitoring online marketplaces can all help you save money on your purchases. Always prioritize safety and quality when selecting electrical supplies, and ensure that the products meet all applicable standards and regulations.